profit on the screen. You can see exactly how much I'm making. Hey guys, my name is Jonamado, and today I'm going to be taking you through a Shopify case study of how I went from $0 to $100,000 in USD sales in just under 30 days. So first, I want to tell you guys a bit of a backstory about me. So I used to work as a courier. So as a delivery driver, I was working the typical 9 to 5, slaving away for $20, $30 an hour. And I saw all these people doing crazy numbers on YouTube. So I just thought to myself, that can be me. And at the time, I just didn't have the courage to take the next step. After a few weeks passed, I keep seeing these videos, so I decided to take it into my own hands. So I tested 18 products before finding my first winner. In this video, I'm going to show you how to find your winning product, how to test and scale your Facebook ads, and also how to deal with any issues you may face along the back end, and how to optimize everything to ensure you get the most sales and most profit when you scale. Firstly, I will be taking you guys through the testing strategy. So as you can see here, 9th of February to 9th of March 2024, so it's pretty recently. And this store I'm still running now, so if this video gets 100,000 likes, then I'll drop this product, I'll give you that. So let's get into the case study. The first day we did 104 in sales, and we spent 120 in ads. So you may think at first glance that's unprofitable, but because I am Australian, I believe it actually was profitable. So this is Australian dollars and this is USD. I want to show you guys the Dropify testing strategy. So Dropify is my Discord. We have a lot of active members in there and a lot of people doing 6 to 7 figure months. So if that's something that you want to do, if you want to take your dropshipping to the next step, I'd highly recommend joining the Discord. It's the first link in the description. Okay, so for the Dropify testing strategy, you want to create a new campaign, go to sales, click create, go manual sales campaign. And you just want to call it whatever your product name is, and then test. So let's say we're testing the sunset lamp, and then we'll call it interest ABO. ABO stands for ad set budget optimization, and test. And then I like to put the date as well. So I'll just put the next day, so the 12th of the 4th. Beautiful. Okay. Next, we just go to new sales ad sets, and we always put website here, maximize number of conversions, select your pixel obviously, and then set this to 1 day. For this, I like to set it to $10 per day to test. So it's in ARB, but it'd be in AUD or whatever currency. So make sure you set the ad account currency to the currency you are actually in. Otherwise it will ban or disable your account because it won't be able to process the payments. So the start date, I like to do the next day. So it's 11 today, so I'll do the 12th. I like to set it to midnight, so it's got a full day of optimization. For the countries, I like to do the top 5. So Australia, United States, Canada, United Kingdom, there we go, and then New Zealand. Right, now if it's for the sunset lamp, it's obviously a very broad product. So what I'd do for this product is I'd probably just target broad for one of the ad sets, and then I'd target home decor. Try to find different ad sets that you think people would buy or be interested in your product. Here we go, interior design, perfect. Alright, so then you just call it whatever the interest is, and you just do 1 interest per ad set. And then for the ad, you just call it video 1 or whatever, create ad. And then you'd obviously get the primary text. So the way I like to structure the primary text, I like to structure it hook, 3 key benefits, and then the call to action. So that's what you would put in here. You'd put your headline to something that grabs their attention, something that brings the viewer or the consumer in. I like to put like a limited stock or something that creates urgency in the description. Call to action, you always want to have it as shop now. And your website, obviously put it there. Okay, offline events, yep. And then URL parameters. So this is actually called the URMs. So Facebook only tracks about 60% of your sales. So in order to track 90 to 100%, you have to use something called UTMs. So if you want the code for the UTMs, it's a free PDF in my Discord, completely free. Go click the first link in the description and check it out. Alright, so once that is done, I like to do 2 ads in the ad set, so you have more chance of converting someone, and also gives Facebook more room to optimize. So then you just duplicate this 9 times, and I'm not going to show you guys because it's pretty straightforward, but what you would do is you would go here, you would go edit, and then you just choose a new interest, call it by the interest name, and then you would repeat that for the rest of the ad sets. Now that that's done, let's get on with this case study. So the second day, we did 79 in sales, so a bit less. And we spent 64. Alright, so I just left everything the same. So a lot of the times a product may not work the first day, and that's why you have to work out if it's an offer problem, if it's a creative problem. You have to figure out what the actual problem is. I'll go deeper into that as we get into it. So then next day, the 11th of February, did 294. So I believe what I did here was I done the scaling strategy, which is also in my Discord, Dropify. So in order to do that, what you would do is when you have a winning interest, you want to go to that winning interest, click on duplicate, new campaign, call it whatever that, so it'd be interior design, CBO. I like to do $100, and then make 3 copies. You duplicate that, set it for midnight the next day, and that's basically how you start to scale. Okay, so the next day we did 224 and we spent 239. So we just kept the budget the same. I believe it was about break even. So if it's break even, you leave the budget the same. And basically how this scaling strategy works is every day at midnight, you just up the budget. So if it's a 2 rise, you just double the budget, and you do that until about a 1k budget, and then you just up it every day by $100 to $200 depending on how profitable it was. So on the 3rd day, 495, and we spent 298. So that was a very profitable day. So me seeing this early on, I know straight away that it's time to scale. So the next day, 391. So this is where I faced one of my first hurdles. So I believe my AOV was about $20, and what I did was I made a bundle, and that bundle increased AOV from $20 to $35. So that allowed me a lot more room for error, a lot more room for margins, and a lot more room to scale. So I believe this day was around break even. So if we check here, yeah. Okay, so next day, 15th of February, 211. So not a very good day by the sounds of it. 181. So yeah, you guys see that my spend actually went down. So what you can do as well, if your ad account is not as profitable, then you can cut the ad and then just turn it back on the next day. So that's what I did here. So I cut the ad, turned it on the next day, and then the next day hit 992, so almost $1,000 day, and we spent 500, so that was like a 3 rise. Here we go. Next day was not very good. So again, you guys may see this as well in your stores. You'll find below $1,000 spend, it's not very consistent. So it was very unprofitable here. And then the next day, 815 in sales, and we spent 383. So again, very profitable. So we continue to scale, 878. So it's basically just the same thing over and over again. And one of the things that you guys want to do to make sure you can continue to scale products is you want to just keep testing new interests, because if you're not testing new interests, then you're eventually going to run out of people to show your ad to. Yeah, so then we hit our first 1K day at 20th of February, and we spent 700, so it was decently profitable. Next day, 394, and we spent 528. So a lot of people will give up because they see, you know, it's not profitable the day before. So I saw it wasn't profitable, and then I checked on my ad account what time was converting the best. So I turned the ads on at around 6 o'clock, and then as you can see here, 639 that day, and spent 494, so it was pretty profitable. And next day did 2K, so there we go, first 2K day on this store, and we spent 1K, so it was around the 2 rise. It was a bit more because the change in currency, so it was around the 3 rise. So I knew straight away it was time to scale. So next day we hit 2K again. So I think we just kept the spend the same. Yeah, so the spend was the same, hit the same revenue. So knew it was time to scale again, the same revenue, spent a bit more. Then the 26, 2.5K, we spent 1.9. So the profit thing went down a little bit. It's all good because the next day we did 4.4K in revenue and spent 3K. So it was very profitable. And then the day after that we hit 8K and we spent 4.8K, so it's a very, very profitable day. I was very happy with this. Then we hit 10K, which was probably the second biggest day on this store. Spent 7K, so it was like a 2 rise because remember the change in currency, guys. So yeah, it was very profitable that day. And on March 1st, we hit 9K, so a bit less. Spent 7K, still profitable. And we hit 11.9K, so almost 12K on this store. It was a very, very profitable day. And then on the 3rd, 10K again, spent 7.4K. And on the 4th, 8.3K, and we spent 6.5K. So I believe next few days still 24K, so we hit 7K, 7K, then 4K, 3K, 1K. So what ended up happening is the ads got some creative fatigue, and the interest, I think, got interest fatigue. So I just had to test new interests, and then I was able to get this back to 5 to 10K again. So if we go here, just show you guys again, start to finish, 101,000 in US sales, and we just do a refresh as well, and there you go. So the total profit for this store in 1 month was 25,832 USD. So if you do that 12 months, that's 240,000. But either way, it's just an idea to show you guys what is possible with drop shipping, and I believe any of you can do this if you set your mind to it. And if you guys are interested in one-on-one coaching, I have 5 spots available for the month of April. I will take you guys through everything I have learned from start to finish, and I will guarantee that we'll hit our first 10k a month in the first 2 months. So if that's something that you're interested in, check out my Instagram. It'll be in the link in the description. And if you guys have any other questions about anything related to e-commerce, just feel free to leave a comment below and I'll be replying to them. So thank you all for watching and stay relentless.